Hey guys, and welcome back to a new video. In this video, I will give you a guide on Gradle version catalogs, since they become more and more the standard of Gradle dependency management. And to get started with these, all you really need to do is to create a new empty Android Studio project. And here it really depends on when you watch this video. So as of now, where the latest stable Android Studio version is Hedgehog, version catalogs are not the default yet when you create a new project. So if your dependencies in your build.gradle app file look like this, where you have just string dependencies right in here, then you're not yet using Gradle version catalogs. And that also looks like that if you're just using some kind of older project that has been created with an older Android Studio version. If you're using one of the later Android Studio versions, so right now I think in Canary it's Iguana or so, then Android Studio will already use and create such version catalogs by default if you create a new project. In either way, watch this video so you really understand what these are about and what you need to know in order to use them. Only if your Gradle file looks like this and you have your dependencies as simple strings in your Gradle file, then you need to first of all create that version catalog. And in the end, the version catalog is just a catalog of versions of dependencies. And the more dependencies you have, the more it becomes a pain to manage these and to manage all these different versions, because some of your dependencies might actually use the same version if you have multiple dependencies of the same type. For example, if you're using KTalk client for networking, that is a typical example. You might need a dependency for the core of KTalk client. You might need a dependency for the authentication feature. You might need a dependency for logging HTTP calls, and all these dependencies are different, but they use and refer to the same version. And version catalogs just make that very easy to manage that. Also, if you have a project with a multi-module structure, we have multiple Gradle modules, and where each single Gradle module has its own set of dependencies, a version catalog allows you to have all your dependencies at a single place, which all modules can refer to as a single source of truth. And in the end, if we take a look at such a dependency in Android, then that always consists of the same parts. So on the one hand, we have the so-called group, which comes before the colon. So in this case, Android X Core or Android X Compose UI or JUnit here. That is really just a group of dependencies. So a group that bundles multiple related dependencies. So you can see here, Android X Compose UI, Android X Compose UI, Android X Compose UI. All these groups are the same. So all these dependencies belong to the same group, but they refer to something specific relating to Compose UI. So this is for the preview. This is for probably just normal Compose components, and that's called the name. So what comes after the colon is the name. And then lastly, after the last colon, potentially, we have the version of a dependency. In this case here, we don't have a version specified, so that is another way of specifying a dependency, because here we use this BOM, which stands for Bill of Materials, which includes all the versions for a specific set of dependencies. So in this case, it's a Compose BOM, which just combines a specific set of versions for Compose dependencies that work well together. And if we specify such a BOM, then we don't need to specify the individual versions for all these dependencies that are contained inside of this. And that way we just need to update the version for this BOM in order to update all the dependencies that it includes. Okay, so much about the theory. Let's now create our very first version catalog. And again, if your Gradle file does not look like this and you have something like a libs.androidx and so on here, then you can skip this step. But if not, you can go to this project view here, open your project hierarchy and go inside of this Gradle folder, because that is where the version catalogs are located. In here, we want to create a new file. So right click, new file, and we name that libs.versions.toml. That is how the default version catalog is actually named. We press enter, and then in here, a version catalog is structured into 3 parts usually. Whoops. Which we introduce with such square brackets. On the one hand, we have a versions block. We then have a libraries block. And we then have a plugins block. So below this versions block, we specify all the versions that we have for our dependencies. So really just the version 1.7.0 and so on. In this libraries block, we specify the dependencies we want to use with these versions. And in this plugins block, we specify the Gradle plugins that we want to use. So here in our project file, for example, the application plugin, the Kotlin compiler plugin. If you're using Dagger Hilt or so, then that will also go in there, and so on. For now, you can see Gradle wants us to synchronize these changes. Let's do that. Click sync now. And when that is done, I want to go back to our app level Gradle file, because you can see now suddenly everything is highlighted in yellow. That means we can do something here. We can hover over such a dependency and hit Alt Enter. And you can see we can now replace this with a new library catalog declaration, hitting enter. And that is now how we now specify these dependencies. That's currently marked as an error because we need to synchronize that before. If we do that, then you will notice that the error will go away. There you go. And that is now how we really refer to a specific dependency that is specified in our version catalog. If we now take a look here in our libs version toml file, then that is exactly what happened. So Android Studio automatically added the version for our core KTX library, which is 1.12.0. And it also added the Android X core KTX dependency, where it specified the module. So the module is just the group together with the name of our dependency. And it specified the version reference it should use for that. So here we say core KTX because that is how the version for that is called. If now multiple dependencies share the same core KTX version, we don't need to define that multiple times. No, we can just paste the same version reference here for all these dependencies, and the version catalog will keep that in sync. So if we now go back and also do that for the remaining dependencies, here for the lifecycle runtime, again, Alt-Enter, and Android Studio will create that version catalog reference. Here, Alt-Enter again. The only dependency that doesn't automatically work for yet is if you have such a BOM, then you need to create that manually. So if we go to our libs.versions, we need to scroll up and actually refer or have a version for the compose BOM version, which in this case is exactly this version. So we can copy this and paste it in here. And then under libraries, we specify the compose bill of materials. And the naming convention for these library specifications is just exactly like the version is called, or the dependency is called. You can see we have Android X activity, activity compose, and that's also how this is called. So Android X activity compose. And whenever there is a dash, the version library will replace that with a dot when we refer to it here. That way we have all dependencies related to activities here under libs.androidx activities. We have all dependencies related to Android X under libs.androidx X and so on. So now to specify this BOM, we want to copy this group and name together. We go in here and specify our androidx.compose BOM. Also open curly braces here, specify the module just like above, paste this here, and we need to now have a comma and refer to the version with version.ref. And in this case, we want to use our compose BOM version. And then in our build.gradle app file, we can also sync this before so we don't have any syntax errors. We can go in here and now replace this dependency in here with libs.androidx.compose.bom. When we now want to use a dependency that uses the versions specified in the BOM, like here, this compose UI dependency, we can again copy this, go in here, have an androidx-compose-UI. In this case, we only need to specify the group and not the whole module because the version is already specified in the BOM, which we've included. So in here, we paste the androidx-compose.ui without the name, so just the whatever comes before the colon. And then we say the name is UI as a separate dependency, as a separate parameter, I mean. But here we don't need to specify the version reference because that is contained by the already included BOM. And then again, back in our app level Gradle file, we can now refer to that with a libs androidx.compose.ui. If we sync this, then everything should be just fine. Let's do this for the remaining compose dependencies. For that, we can just go to libs.versions. We can duplicate this one here 3 more times. On the one hand, we have our, what's it called? UI graphics, UI tooling preview. So UI-graphics. Here we say, okay, we have our compose UI that is the same, but UI graphics isn't. So again, AndroidX compose UI. Here we say UI graphics. Here we have UI graphics. Graphics tooling, I think. Is it written like that? Tooling preview, actually. UI tooling preview. You can see the autocomplete is also working here. So UI tooling preview. Then we have one for UI material 3. We say that one is material 3. We can sync this and then refer to these versions in our Gradle file again. I think the remaining dependencies we can specify directly with the shortcut in Android Studio. I hope they actually fixed that so we can also easily create that for the BOM and for dependencies without a version. But here we can say libs.androidx.compose.ui.graphics. Same for the preview, libs androidx compose UI tooling preview, and for the material one as well, libs androidx compose UI material 3. Then we can do JUnit alt enter, enter again, We can do this for the JUnit extensions as well. We can do this for Espresso. And now, since we use the same BOM version for our instrumented tests, we can just refer to the same reference from our version catalog. So libs.androidx.compose.bom, and that way we just have a single source of truth for that single dependency. And if that dependency changes, the version for this BOM, then this will automatically update the dependency for both the production and the instrumented test APK. And here it seems we still need to add 3 more for instrumented testing and for the debug APK. So on the one hand, we have AndroidX compose for UI test JUnit 4. So let's just duplicate this here. UI JUnit 4. Paste this here. Actually, UI test dash JUnit 4. We have UI tooling. Let's put this below the tooling preview. So just UI tooling. UI tooling. And lastly, we have the UI tooling manifest, I think. So UI tooling manifest. No, is it UI test manifest actually? UI test manifest. Sync now, refer to these last few dependencies here. Here it was, what was that? UI test JUnit 4, libs, AndroidX, JUnit, AndroidX, UI test. What was it called again? UI test JUnit 4, AndroidX compose UI, libs, AndroidX compose UI test JUnit 4, that one it is. Then we have one for AndroidX compose UI, UI tooling, AndroidX libs, AndroidX compose UI tooling, and lastly, the one for AndroidX compose UI tooling manifest, this one. And that way, if we now sync this, we successfully migrated all of our dependencies to the new version catalog, where we now have a single source where we can update our dependencies. We're not done yet with the video, but just to show you here, you also get these highlights when there's a new version, and you can just hover over it, hit Alt-Enter to change this version to the latest stable version. Sync this, and it will sync these changes with all your Gradle modules. We refer to the version catalog like we do here. And from this point, whenever you add a new dependency to your project, like here, let's say we want to add the extended material icons for Compose, we say implementation, material icons extended, I think it's this one. Then you just add this, you get the highlight, you hit Alt-Enter, replace with the library version catalog, and you get this in your version catalog. You click sync now, and you successfully added the dependency inside of your version catalog. However, this is not the only place where you have to deal with versions. Another place is your Gradle project file, which is this one where you have your Gradle plugins. So you can see the current Gradle version for your app is, in this case, 8.2.1. So that has a version. We have our Kotlin version, which is 1.9.0 in this case. So these are also kind of dependencies that need to be managed. And luckily, that also works with version catalogs, for which we can use this plugins tab or this plugins section below our dependencies up here. For that, there is sadly no such shortcut as we have for dependencies, at least yet. So we need to just take these, copy them over to our libs version catalog here and say, hey, we have an Android application, which in this case has an ID, and we paste the ID here, and we specify the version reference with a new reference we create, for example, AGP for Android Gradle plugin. We go up here and create this here. AGP version is 8.2.1, so exactly what we created here in our Gradle project file. If we did that, we can sync now, and to replace such a Gradle plugin, we now need to say libs.plugins instead, so not libs.androidx, but libs.plugins .android application. We don't need to specify the version here, since that is already contained in the version catalog definition, but we need to replace ID with alias. And we can now do the same for our Kotlin version. So just go in our version catalog, say, okay, JetBrains Kotlin or so, paste this here. Version reference is Kotlin. We say, okay, we actually have a Kotlin version here, which is 1.9.0 in our case. Sync this, go back to our project file, and we say, okay, instead of all this, after the sync is successful, we say we have an alias libs plugins JetBrains Kotlin. And same is actually the case here in our app module, where we also have these plugins at the very top. So here we can also refer to alias libs plugins Android application, and lastly, alias libs plugins JetBrains Kotlin. If we now sync this, then we completely migrated our empty project from no version catalogs to using version catalogs. As I said, in newer Android Studio versions, this will be the default. So the version catalog will already be there with all these standard composed dependencies. But I think it's still very important for you to understand how that works. So even if you have an older project and you migrate that, you really understand where this version catalog file is, how you can create it, how you can manually create dependencies in there, even though there is some kind of support from Android Studio at this point. But you can see, even if we go inside of our activity, then our dependency, oh no, seems like one of the dependencies isn't resolved, or some of them, maybe the material one. Maybe I miscopied something there. Composed UI material, and yes, that's actually the wrong group. Needs to be Android X composed material 3, not that one though, but the material one. Where is it? Here, material. Paste this, sync this, and then hopefully our dependencies are resolved. Yes, so everything is recognized, just to show you that this really works and isn't just recognized in our Gradle files, but also directly in our main activity. Awesome, below this video you will find a link to more advanced Android Premium courses. So if you want to become an industry-ready Android developer, these courses are exactly for you. So check these out, and other than that, thanks so much for watching this video. I will see you back in the next one. Have an amazing rest of your week. Bye bye.